Hi guys, and welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be predicting the scores of the semi-finals of Euro 2020. Now, before I get on to these predictions, let's have a quick look back at how well we all got on in the quarterfinals. So last time out, I came away with just 2 points. No perfect scores, but I did correctly predict Italy's victory over Belgium and England's victory over the Ukraine. Top scorer, though, from last week was Brennan and Arden, and Brennan came away with 6 points with 2 perfect scores, the 2-1 victory for Italy against Belgium and the 4-0 drubbing of England over the Ukraine. So how does that affect the overall scores now in the Predictions League? Well, on the screen now you can see that Shane O'Donnell has taken over the top spot, now currently on 39 points. I'm in second place on 37 points. 10 Step is on 33 points and R787B is on 32 points. So it's all to play for at the top of the table with these final 3 games to play, of course, semi-finals and the final. But enough of last week, enough of the quarterfinals. Let's move on and make predictions for the semi-finals. So the first semi-final sees Italy taking on Spain at 8 o'clock on Tuesday, 6th of July at Wembley Stadium. In the quarterfinals, Italy beat Belgium in an enthralling fixture. It finished 2-1, and Italy stored out the last part of that game magnificently with their antics, the time wasting, etc. But they were thoroughly professional against the Belgians in that one, and seeing them through to the semi-final. Spain, on the other hand, found it a little bit more difficult against Switzerland, where they finished 1-1 at the end of extra time. But Spain went through 3-1 in the end, where they won on penalties. And you could say the quality of the penalties in that shootout wasn't the best. But yeah, the Spanish see themselves now coming up against Italy in the semi-finals. Overall, though, on the head-to-head statistics between the two teams, Italy have won 9 matches, there have been 12 draws, and Spain have won 12 of these encounters. How do I see this one finishing? Italy being magnificent all the way through this competition, defensively very sound. Spain sort of started off slowly, scored, I think it was 10 goals in 2 matches. They got themselves through the quarterfinals against Switzerland and coming up against Italy. I think this will be the end of the competition for the Spaniards, although they've they haven't embarrassed themselves in any shape or form. And I think Italy are going to progress to the final of Euro 2020 with a 1-0 victory over Spain. Moving on to the second semi-final, we see England coming up against Denmark. Now, England destroying the Ukraine 4-0 in the end in the quarterfinals. Harry Kane with a couple of goals, Maguire and Henderson as well found themselves on the score sheet. Whereas Denmark, they found it a little bit more tougher against Czech Republic. They did go 2-0 ahead before halftime, before Czech Republic with that Marusic, who I think is top scorer at the moment with 5 goals in the competition. But yeah, ultimately they won the quarterfinal 2-1 Denmark. Coming up against England, this is going to be an enthralling match at Wembley on Wednesday evening, the 7th of July, a game taking place at 8 o'clock. I think previously in the last game they played at Wembley, Denmark, they actually beat them in the Nations League 1-0. I think that was in 2020. So England will want to get a little bit of a revenge on the Danes there. Head-to-head wise, though, England have won 12 of these matches, Denmark 4, and there's been 5 draws too. How do I see this game going? Well, England haven't conceded a goal throughout this competition yet. Denmark, since losing, I think they lost the first match of the competition against Finland. But of course, it was all that incident with Christian Eriksen, etc. But since then, they've played absolutely magnificent, full of energy, full of running, and I think they will give England a torrid time. However, defensively, England have been brilliant, and Harry Kane has now started to score some goals. So I think this will end 1-1 at the end of 90 minutes. I don't think anybody will score goals in extra time either, so I can see it ending up as 1-1 with Denmark going through on penalties against England, where Denmark will meet Italy in the final. So there we have it, guys. Those are my predictions for the semi-finals. I've got Italy to beat Spain 1-0, and I've got England drawing with Denmark at the end of extra time. But but with Denmark going through to the final on penalties, with Kasper Schmeichel becoming the hero. As usual, I'm going to leave a template of these fixtures in the description. If you'd like to play along at home, make sure you copy and paste them into a comment and leave your predictions, or maybe you could move up the predictions table as well. But for now, I'll bid you farewell. Enjoy the semi-finals, and I'll see you all for my final prediction sometime around Thursday or Friday later this week.